Everybody has choices. IRL in 2019, peoples. All we seem to have is new clips being added to the Only Use Me Blade soundboard almost on the daily. We have an epic motivational speech from Blade himself that's changing lives every day.
Imagine walking around. Alright, here's the thing, dude. Hey, Bo, what is this? 7 million humans? Male humans? 7 million females? And you haven't caught one yet? You're dumb, bitch. Fuck you.
We also have middle-aged alcoholics going on a half-assed cross-country RV trip. Unfortunately, that's about where it stops regarding contributions to edgy IRL in 2019. The state of IRL is in absolute shambles. We've never had such a content drought, and fact is, it won't ever be the same. If you would have told me just last summer that the following summer is going to have you believing that IRL is dying, I would have said you're crazy.
Can I get a ride?
Nope.
But why?
Because I don't want to give you a ride. I don't know who you are.
Oh, hi, I'm Paul.
Bye, Paul.
There's always been wasted potential in this community.
So if you do donate, I won't miss your donation because I will be able to hear it in my backpack.
Tell them to donate to this.
Hey, hell yeah, bro. Hey.
Right now.
What's up?
Hey man, it's Hampton Brandon.
Oh yeah?
For lots of scamming in a mansion. We're jogging in front of the Motel 6. What's going on?
We're chilling in front of Motel 6. Hell yeah, gang
How many
shit.
viewers do you actually have?
Bro,
Are you on Twitch?
No, I'm on YouTube, dude.
Oh, you're streaming on YouTube?
Yeah, what's up, bro?
That's cool.
There's always been wasted potential in IRL. There's no real talent management, and the business sense of some of these YouTubers and IRL streamers is ungodly. Ice not only could have saved a healthy amount of money, but he could have leveraged all that hype that he had into real businesses that continued to thrive today. Everyone was aware that Ice, the finance major, was grossly misappropriating funds and not capitalizing on opportunities.
This month has made $41,717. February is about a normal month. All right, my YouTube revenue is $20,000 for the past 28 days. 28 days.
Nothing really has changed, just the hype is now gone.
Who is that?
I don't know.
Is that real name?
You're never
No,
leaving.
this
We're gonna
is-
tie you down. As long as they keep coming, we're gonna tie
It's
you
not
down.
stopping.
We're gonna tie you down, dude.
It's not stopping.
For all the streamers out there,
Let's
if
go.
if you want members or subs, get black people around.
Chris Hansen vs. Blade was a phenomenal moment that provided a season finale unlike any before it, merging Universe A with Universe B and beginning a new chapter in IRL content. A chapter with the long memed Chris Hansen now in the script. It has finally happened. Hansen's investigation into Strawberry Gate and Ice Poseidon, though, thus far has fizzled out.
Obviously, Ice has been criticized for different things, including language involving underage girls, commenting on news clips where a 9-year-old was coaxed into undressing by someone online, saying it was her fault. There's a video floating around of him allegedly, dancing around with a 14-year-old girl, a girl who says she's 14, and talk of young girls in general, and 12 is. All of that being said, the question is, does he just do this for shock value and subscribers and viewers? I think that's probably a big part of it. Does any of it cross the line taste-wise? I don't get it. I don't like it, but I don't have to. It's his First Amendment right to do things like that.
It seems like something strange is going on, but we can't be sure exactly what that is. Not yet, anyways. Strawberry Vision set a Twitter trap where she privated her account and changed her bio to an IP grabbing link, baiting anyone that was investigating her or trying to look at her Twitter to clicking the link. Then, predictably, Hansen vs. Predator episode 19 that was on Ice Poseidon failed to go live, but Chris apparently did the show anyways.
Hey guys, Chris Hansen here. I just did an entire live program that you did not see on my YouTube channel here, Hansen vs. Predators. I think there was a hacking issue and some other technical difficulties. The topic, Ice Poseidon. Paul Danino, who, as you know, is a very popular and famous streamer, and I really want to explore this further. So what I'm going to do is we're going to figure out how we got hacked, what happened. We're going to figure out a way to play the videos in the next show, and Vincent and I are going to sit down and go through all that right now. And again, I apologize.
How you can do a whole show without realizing that you're not live doesn't quite add up to me. Then, when Hansen finally does go live, he talks about Ice Poseidon being akin to Howard Stern. This is a reference that Ice himself has made many times. Hansen then goes on to suggest future collaborations with him. Collaborations.
We did talk about doing an interview in the future, kind of on neutral territory, not necessarily on my show or on his stream, but another collaboration of some sort. And he brought that up, and I was open to discussing it, so I think we'll do it.
It sure does look fishy, and something doesn't seem right. Chris Hansen, of all people, somehow being pacified by the influence of Paul Danino? It doesn't quite add up. If this were a detective show, I'd be saying, for them to pacify Chris Hansen so quickly and so effectively, this must go pretty high up. But that would be conjecture and conspiracy, right? The weird events following Memeology 101's video on Ice and Strawberry Vision deserve their own video, and I don't think we've seen the end of this story just yet. As for the topic of today's video, disappointment and poor choices.
And your fan base needs to stop believing your lies. Do something, weirdo. Watch out. Hit me. Come on, bro.
Yo, look at this yuppie though. They didn't even fight. They didn't even fight. They fake
I
ass.
got you with food, bro. Come here. I'm gonna get some food. Come on. Don't fucking touch me, bro. Don't touch me. Touch me. Don't touch me, bro.
You need to go. You need to go.
Pussy.
You need to go.
You're delusional. Shut up.
You need to go.
Welcome to live TV.
Okay. That was definitely not good for my image right there as well, but he threw a cup in my face and he needed it was time for him to go.
Right now, in the fall of 2019, we have, as I've said so many times in the past, an opportunity in IRL for a new king to come along. One that stays relatively healthy and with the help of proper management walks the line of edgy and bannable, entertaining and cringy. The recipe is there, someone just has to put it together. Casey talks big and has had one successful RV trip, but clearly lacks something. Whether it's motivation, his family, or whatever, it really doesn't matter. He could literally reuse Ice's old scripts with new characters and develop his own thing, just like he said he was going to. But we've seen no actual progress. All we've seen from the new TTD is absolute chaos. Brandon passed out, uninterested and seemingly annoyed to be on stream, eating at restaurants and really providing nothing but banter back and forth. IP2 is continuously suggesting that Casey is paying him, and Brandon's own community says Brandon wouldn't hang out with Casey if he was broke. Both are probably true, but the only thing that matters isn't present, and that's content. What are they doing for content, you ask? Well, if you thought Brandon's fist fighting or getting hit by a car was entertaining, prepare yourself for this litty content. They're walking around a deserted enclosed boardwalk, breaking and entering into handicapped vehicles and vandalizing on short drug-fueled streams. It's bad enough that this is content for teenagers and anarchists, and this is not at all what anyone wants to see. But it's also illegal, and therefore not only will it get you arrested, and it did because they got arrested, but you'll certainly get any platform you're working on banned. Here we have a middle-aged grown man with a family hanging out with a delinquent 20-something Hampton Brandon, live streaming juvenile vandalism as if they are peak IRL content. It's really, really sad and a huge waste of an opportunity for not only Brandon to get consistent, but for Casey to manage and establish a business from it. Obviously, if it grew to the size of a business, Brandon would turn on Casey when he gets big enough, but it likely won't ever get there. On the equally sad but very different side of IRL, we have this RV trip that's stranded in Philly and a separated cast unsure what their next move is. Bjorn and Blade had a wild few-day stay at Prada Andy's, filled with debauchery, as expected. But Bjorn moved on to a hospital where he declared he wasn't streaming anymore after leaving America, and he was heading back to Denmark on Sunday. Blade remained at Prada Andy's for a fourth day in a row and had a short but money-hungry donation-baiting stream.
Demo. Hey, where's my... Oh, shit. Oh, guys, you guys gotta donate, dude. Ashley and John are asking for their monies.
Oh, God.
However, the following day, Bjorn and Blade are on a bus, talking about heading to Boston to see a sniper, then talking about heading to New York and continuing the RV trip.
I have been in contact with this girl via email, and she said that she really wants to meet me in Boston, and she wants to have my autograph and so on and so today and tomorrow is a perfect day to go to Boston, and today also. But the problem is we need a place to sleep in Boston. So, but I mean, we can just sleep in for homeless people, you know, in a homeless shelter, no? Or in a motel.
Bjorn does this quite often and is likely suffering from depression and a variety of other things.
Yeah, I have my things here. I don't have so much with me.
Including a failed solicited marriage, massive debts and fraud charges back in his home country, as well as constantly being banned off the platforms he creates content on. I'll admit, as a viewer, we've always known that many streamers bait donations.
Yo, what's up, guys? Sorry, I was a little bit late today as well, as I always am, as in there's never any excuse, obviously, but today I was late because I had to test something out and make sure it was going to work correctly, because I really didn't want it to f*** me over, because it could easily f*** me over. So what I have is text-to-speech today. That's what we have on. We have a big Bluetooth speaker right here that Cornbread's holding.
Don't screw him over, guys.
If anything, you're screwing Cornbread over, because I'll walk the f*** away from him. But like, so we got that. It's text-to-speech donations, IRL. I don't know how that's gonna work, but I'm gonna test.
Hawaii, and I kept saying, turn the volume down. You guys turn the volume down, and you were so on to raising the volume as high as possible for TTS and media. You remember that?
I have never had TTS on my shit. Most of the time. Chad, have I ever had TTS on my IRL streams? Like, not really.
Well, one thing,
I have never had TTS on my shit. I have never had TTS on my shit.
But this donation-driven content has never been more apparent.
Oh, guys, you guys gotta donate, dude.
This is really bad today. Can't believe I'm not getting any donations.
I can only imagine what the conversations about donations are like when the stream is off. Ideas for donation baiting, hating on the donators, hating on the viewers, and scripted plans to generate more income. And when all else fails, resort back to the same thing that the community's been memeing about forever: fire sales. What is going on right now is kind of unfathomable for most working people. These guys, even with their banned PayPals and Streamlabs, are able to take in hundreds of dollars a day with very little effort. When they all had their services operational, they were clearing thousands of dollars a day, paid to drink and hang out and provide entertainment. It's a pretty sweet gig, and I don't think any of them will deny that. But it always comes with its viewer expectations. None of them are being met right now. The relationship dynamic between the streamers and their donators has taken a dark turn the past few months, which is worth examining. It's a love-hate relationship that continues to grow in toxicity. The resentment is present and growing. Where will all of this lead, and is edgy IRL actually on its way out? If IRL is dying and doesn't make a comeback, the viewers will disperse and an era will end. That's what I'm interested in covering. This ever-changing dynamic of live streamers and how the content evolves and devolves over time. I have tons of content that I still want to cover with old streams and old events, as well as the new developments that are a constant.
That was the biggest shit show ever.
I did see that SJC got himself into more hot water with his family over some truck dispute with his grandfather. I have to say, watching him try to brag to the cop on how he's a YouTuber and it's his career, asking the police officer for good locations to take his viewers, was probably the most cringy thing I've seen in a while, and I've seen most of what has happened in IRL. Also, on a side note, Kiara Kitty met up with one of her mods, and it ended up actually being a pretty good and wholesome stream. She's aware that she needs to provide entertainment, and that's what she did, so kudos to her. We are quickly approaching 6,000 subs, and I very much appreciate the support in both the videos and the live streams that I've been doing. So carry on, soldiers. I am also moving in a couple of days, so the next time you'll see me will be in the new place. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all then.
That one. This is IKEA, dude. This shit's like $150. Yo, what's up, guys? How you doing? Today is a very, very special day, everybody. For not only myself, but I think for the entire stream and for the entire community as a whole. Today is the day that you can see that we started a channel.
Do your fans like Larry? Nope. Are you 1K Andy? Yep. Still a CEO? Nope. Pretend to be broke? Yep. Remember Horseshoe Bay? Nope. Are you secretly gay? Yep. Take Snoopy out 3 times a day? Nope. Was all the content fake? Yep. iPad giveaway? Nope. CX Castaway? Yep. I peeped 1. Nope. I peeped 2. Yep. Do we go on Discord? Nope. Did you book an escort? Yep. Big famous? Nope. Shameless? Racist? Yep. King of IRL? Nope. Only taking out? Yep. Moving back to Twitch? Nope.